Hi, everybody. Good Wednesday evening to you. It's region weather meteorologist Matt Wintz. So, look at your forecast, and by forecast, I mean lake effect snow. All right, we've had a decent dose of it, especially LaPorte County, Porter County. You've gotten some snow as well. For others, it looks like a wintry wonderland in the grass and on the trees. We've got a little bit of wet snow. We didn't see very much accumulate at all near the lake shore. Lake water temperature obviously still warm, so a lot of that is actually rain out over the lake before it comes inland. But overall impacts, we were thinking Porter and LaPorte County, and those are the two spots that got them. So I want to talk about where the snow is right now. We'll talk about who are the winners, who are, the have-nots, so to speak, which is probably a good thing if you don't like snow. And then we'll take that forecast through tonight and tomorrow. We'll talk about where the snow is going and how much we can expect from here, all in this special Wednesday evening edition of Region Weather Live. And welcome in, everybody. Good to see you again. I know you're probably getting sick of my face, and that's okay, because we're going to quiet down hopefully next couple of days. But boy, it's been a very active evening. That snow came in heavy. Those of you that were in it know exactly what I'm talking about. Areas of LaPorte County saw the most with this band as it moved through. We've still got heavy snow falling across areas of LaPorte County. It's become a little bit less organized, as we were talking about earlier on this evening. Things starting to wane in intensity. Porter County can breathe a sigh of relief. Most of the heavier snow is now out. But as you get into Porter County, that's where we're still dealing with some problems. I want to very quickly thank our sponsors, Tiger Plumbing, the best plumbers in Northwest Indiana. They come out no trip fee whatsoever. They are awesome. So many of you have used them and just had rave reviews. I've never gotten more excited about plumbers, but Tiger Plumbing is the place to go. Family-owned business for over 40 years. They're just fantastic. Grieger's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, they've been our sponsor for almost a year now. We love them so much. They're a wonderful family-owned business as well. A lot of you know them. They specialize in Jeeps, which are great in weather like this. Again, Grieger's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram out of Valparaiso. And then finally, Discovery Travel. They're our newest sponsor. They're a wonderful group of folks that are just concerned with making a trip or a vacation of yours super special. Some of you have used them as well and have rave reviews. We have all family-owned businesses, which I love in Northwest Indiana, but they'll plan everything. If you want to go somewhere, you name the destination and tell them how much you need them to do, and they'll take care of everything for you. Again, it's Discovery Travel. It's TRVL on Facebook, a good place to reach them. Okay, let's jump into the maps, because this is the radar over the course of the day, 12 hours, right? So this is what we were watching earlier, was this band of intense lake effect snow. And look at that little circulation right there. That's what's called a mesolow. That can really crank the snow. And that's what brought some of the heavy snow into areas of Porter and LaPorte County. Right here is where it started cranking. And notice how it just brings that heavy snow in. Anything in dark green in terms of snowfall is heavy, all right? And you notice how the trend over the last couple hours, this band came inland, pretty much behaving like the model said, and like we talked about last night. That went through, and notice how things kind of orientating off towards the north and the east now. I'm going to kind of shorten the time frame on this, if that's okay, so we can look at what's happening right now. So this is the last couple hours. We still have heavy snow falling in LaPorte County. It's coming down real good in LaPorte proper. You get towards the Westfield area, picking up some heavy snow. That extends out towards the east, towards South Bend. Porter County, though, we've really seen things kind of dwindle down. We still have some flurries flying around, some light snow showers, but for the most part, the heavy lake effect snow band is now centered right over LaPorte County. And I don't think it continues a whole lot longer, but you can look at the fetch here. This main show up here that's heading into areas of southwest lower Michigan, this is going to be your main band throughout the overnight. But I wouldn't rule this LaPorte County band out. You can see as you look out over the lake, there's still some moisture out there. And it's kind of like a two-band setup right now, where we have this secondary snow band coming into LaPorte County, and then you have this heavier snow band coming into southwest lower Michigan. So I don't think we're done with the snow. I think our heavy snow is going to start to die out in LaPorte County over the next hour or two. But I still think we're going to bring some lake effect snow in tonight into LaPorte County. Could get maybe a couple more inches out of that before it's all said and done. But overall, the flow with this is getting pulled out towards the east with that trough that we talked about, that trough that swung through, that kicked everything off today. That's moving out towards the east. It's over towards the Ohio Valley now. So as you can imagine, as that's pulling it all in, it's changing our trajectory out over the lake to more of a northwest flow. and eventually to more of a west flow, and that would take most of the snow out of the region into southwest lower Michigan and north central Indiana. Some of the snow totals coming in, LaPorte reporting 4 inches that fell in 2 hours. I would imagine we have a little bit more than that now, but they had a 2-hour stretch, and this was just about 30 minutes ago that was reported, a 2-hour stretch of 4 inches of snow. So do the math, 2 inches per hour. That's some real decent snow, and a lot of you experienced that here this evening. In terms of the travel, here's your traffic map. All right, areas in red. This is Google Maps. Areas in red, obviously experiencing not good travel. It's very slow. We've had road cover or snow-covered roads. Notice how we're fine in Lake County. 65 is just fine. We're fine if you're traveling up towards Chicago. It's right here as you get out of the Porter County into LaPorte County. That's where we start to deal with some problems. The toll road is not good at all, especially in LaPorte County itself. That's where that heavy snow continues. Notice 421, we've got slow travel. These are just snow-covered roads. But again, the toll road is not good at all in LaPorte County. 94 is faring a little bit better. And one of the reasons for that is it's closer to the lake being warmer. We had some rain mixing in initially. You probably couldn't tell it was just wet snowflakes, but there was some rain in there initially and not nearly the impacts up towards the lakeshore as what we've seen inland where it's been pure snow the whole entire time. So again, toll road not good in LaPorte County right now. Roads are slow and snow covered. You can see kind of a closer look here into LaPorte, dealing with snow covered roads and slow travel. It is pretty treacherous out there. They've had a lot of snow in a hurry, and that can cause some problems. Even a little bit of snow in a hurry can cause problems. If you're heading out towards the South Bend area, roadways do get better out there. You can see how, they're green and clean up there. And then southwest lower Michigan, not experiencing too many problems from that snow coming in. Just a couple slowdowns if you're heading up I-196 up through the West Coast there. So that's what we're dealing with travel-wise. Where do we go from here in terms of the forecast? Well, everything kind of fading the snow out tonight. You can see the models picking up on those 2 bands that we have. More of the snow heading over towards South Bend. We're not done with the snow yet, though. I mentioned those ripples in the atmosphere. This whole low pressure up towards Canada has several waves or ripples of energy that are coming along it. Each one kind of provides lift to the atmosphere to produce that snow outside of the snow belt too. So we have more chances of snow as the next ripple comes in, and we also have the chance that lake effect could reorient, which looks like into LaPorte County mainly. I think Lake and Porter counties not going to see a lot of lake effect snow from this, but we'll see some general snow as these little waves come in. So our next wave comes in. You notice how the lake effect kind of dies out tomorrow. Pretty quiet Thursday expected until later in the day. That's when this next wave comes in. This is in the afternoon. You notice we'll have snow on radar. That's not all lake effect around the area. And you notice how tomorrow evening we get these little spotty bursts of snow. This is that next ripple of energy coming along this low pressure. And again, this could bring some snow showers outside of the snow belt to all of Northwest Indiana. This would be tomorrow evening. Nothing too impactful. We could see a quick, accumulation of a 1/4 of an inch or so out of these. But overall, not a big impactful event from that. That will set up a westerly wind, a westerly component out over the lake. So that should take most of the lake effect snow out of here Thursday night into Friday. I think most of it will be off towards the north. You can see as we get into Friday itself, lake effect really gets going up towards southwestern lower Michigan. We're not dealing with much here, perhaps some snow showers around, maybe a couple flurries, but overall no big impacts on Friday evening. And then on into Friday night, we're going to see more of a westerly component, which keeps most of the snow up in Michigan. Maybe some snow showers in LaPorte County. That's what we're going to have to watch. LaPorte County right here. And you watch how this whole time they're kind of flirting with that snow band up in Michigan. So we could squeak out a few more inches in primarily northern LaPorte County over the next couple of days. But overall, this was our big event tonight. This was our hit of lake effect snow. I told you could handle it. However, we're going to have a little cleanup to do in LaPorte County, right? We really are, because it's a mess out there right now. But just a little bit of time, we should be okay. A couple of things, be happy to answer your questions for you. We'll get to that next, and then we'll get you on your way. But a couple of things in terms of, I've had a couple messages come in on our Facebook page about school closings tomorrow. It's that time of year, right? What's interesting is Porter County, no, I'm sorry, I don't think so. Lake, Newton, Jasper, Stark counties, I don't really think so. But the part we have to watch is LaPorte County. Does this lake effect snow continue tonight? The models have it dying out, but I see that band kind of developing out of the lake. Doesn't look to be as intense as earlier, but if we keep that snow coming, 1/2 inch an hour or so, we could still be messy tomorrow morning in LaPorte County. So school closings, there's a possibility. I would put it probably around 60 to 65% chance, a little over half, but still decent amount of chance that you are going to have school tomorrow. But I would probably put a 60 to 65% chance that school will be canceled tomorrow in LaPorte County. And that's considering and hoping that snow continues tonight for all you kids. Okay. So that being said, okay, let's answer your questions here, and then we'll say goodbye. All right. Good evening to you guys. Deshaun's on here. Jackie, Mark, Gail, JD, what's up? Tom says, keep it coming. Good start to the season. Yeah, a lot of our snowplow operators having fun tonight. That's for sure. You deserve it after the last 2 years we've had virtually no lake effect snow. Erica says, not sick of your face, but sick of the weather. I feel you. Let's see. Dorothy has a good report here. Snow in unincorporated Valpo from the east blowing. Sides of trees are covered. Streets also. Yeah, it's a winter wonderland out there for those spots that got the snow because it's a wet snow. The snow type is dependent on temperature, okay? And whenever we have temperatures pretty close to freezing, that's when you get the wet snow because it can hold more moisture. Remember, the warmer it is, the more moisture the atmosphere can hold. Same with snow. If it was 0 degrees outside, we'd have a real fluffy snow that wouldn't stick to anything. But it's close to 32, so we've got real wet snow. It's sticking to everything. The grass looks great. Trees are covered. If you're not driving out there, we're doing okay for sure. Oh, Dorothy changed that to west. That makes more sense. There you go. Shelly saying 8 inches in South LaPorte. Shelly, is that where you are right now? That's interesting. And if you don't mind, send me, if you can, safely, send me a picture. Just tag our Facebook page. Just send us a message on there. I'll forward that to the National Weather Service because they need all the help for totals they can get. They rely on people like you in your backyard because we don't have weather sensors everywhere. But I'd be happy to report that to them, and then they'll use that in their actual archive reports, which is kind of cool. Kimberly says, what is your web address? Tried to look today and couldn't remember that. That's okay. We make it real easy, Kimberly. It's regionweather.com. That's where we go for that. We do the live updates here on Facebook, but regionweather.com, we post updates, and you can go there whenever you want. A lot of times here on Facebook, we don't show up in your feed or it shows up 6 days later. So, the website, we have the same information, and that's up there every single morning. We do a forecast, and we do more as needed during times like this. Hi, Mary. Thanks for joining us. Jennifer says, I got to go to LaPorte County for work tomorrow, 7:30. Do you think the roads will be rough? I think they'll be a lot better than they are right now, Jennifer. That snow is going to back off. We could still see some lake snows going in LaPorte County tonight. Again, it doesn't look like anything nearly as heavy as what we've seen already. So that's the good news. They'll have some time to clean things up. I think your 7:30 a.m. Trip tomorrow morning should be fine. Again, could encounter some snow cover, but doesn't look like anything treacherous or anything like that. Most everything's going to push out towards the east, okay? Just leave a little extra time in the morning. Maxwell says, lots of wrecks, I-94, Northeastern Porter going to LaPorte. Yeah, and LaPorte County itself has reported a lot of cars off roadways. That was mainly during those bursts of snow that were coming in off the lake, that 4 inches in 2 hours that we had. Brandy says at least 8 inches in LaPorte. Thank you, Brandy, for that. Again, if you guys have any pictures of that, what the Weather Service needs, they need a ruler and they need a location, all right? And then they need a meteorologist or a public official or someone to verify it. So just send me whatever you got. Shelly, thank you so much. Yeah, Emma, I'm glad you brought that up. We talked about that a little bit earlier in the broadcast. I could see a delay. I really could if the roads don't get cleaned up. Overall, if that lake effect continues tonight, that's the big question is the models. We look at the models here, for guidance. Notice how they kind of end the snow in LaPorte County. There you go. That's your overnight. There's not much snow. But when I look at the radar and do some analysis here, let me zoom in for you. We're going to go right in and do this, and we'll put on play. Here's our lake effect snow in LaPorte County, right? It looks like it's winding down, but you look out over the lake and there's still some banding taking place up here. And that would bring more snow in, mainly the eastern half of the county. And I'm not saying we're going to get a lot more snow. I'm just saying the potential is there that the snow's not quite done yet. We could still see some snow showers tonight. And if it comes down persistently, it doesn't have to be much. That would keep the roads, not looking too good. And, maybe we could not have school tomorrow. But I am kind of leaning the fact I do feel like we're going to have school tomorrow. Maybe I shouldn't have said 65%. I probably should have gone like 45%. Because my gut says we are going to have school tomorrow in LaPorte County. Amanda's bees are ready for winter. Hope it's not too bad. Yeah, we'll see how it goes, Amanda. I hope they're doing okay. Brian, keep it out that way. That's awesome. Okay, here's a good report. Dave says between Chester and LaPorte on the toll road, there were 10 vehicles that slid off. One accident shut it down for a short while. My daughter's hoping schools cancel LaPorte tomorrow. Dave, you're welcome. Thank you for that update on that. Yeah, we were showing that traffic. It's still slow going, especially out in the toll road in LaPorte County. 94 is faring a little bit better for sure. Mark has tryptophan. What's your prediction? Mark, did you have jerky or something? And stay awake, buddy. Brandy saying hi to Brian. Mary, that's a good question about Sunday. Sunday doesn't look too bad. It doesn't. Again, if Mary was tracking with us last night, where that Lake Effect band is going to be out towards Michigan, right, tonight, or not tonight, tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, it looks to be in Michigan. It's still going to be ongoing. But Saturday night into Sunday, we were watching another little perturbance, a little ripple in the atmosphere coming through. And that kind of brought some of that snow back into Lake and Porter counties, perhaps. As of right now, there's not a real big signature on that. So I'm not gung-ho about Sunday seeing Lake Effect snow again. We could have some snow showers around. But as of right now, Mary, it doesn't look too bad on Sunday. It's going to be cold this weekend, I'll tell you that. Ooh, Brent's driving. Brent was on our Facebook Live last night talking about his trip from Philadelphia back towards Northwest Indiana. He says, I'm on tollway just west of South Bend. Ice, backed up over an hour. Yeah, you're right in the middle of that band right now. And Brent, looking at it, if you're just west of South Bend, I mean, you're going to be in it probably for the next 30 miles or so. It starts to break up as you get into central half of LaPorte County. So once you get there, Porter County's fine. But yeah, you've got some heavier snow coming in with that. And they've had a lot of snow already. So that toll road's a mess. LaPorte County is a very slow go with that. So please be careful. David, I'm not sure. I could see a delay if the roads are still bad tomorrow morning. But I really feel like we're going to start to clear things up tonight, unfortunately. What we need for either delays or school closings we need snow to happen heavy, kind of like we saw tonight, but we need it right before the superintendents wake up. I mean, really, that's how it goes, right? They need to wake up and look out their window and see chaos happening. I don't see that at 4 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. I think we're going to start to wind this down even this evening. Some snow showers overnight tonight, sure. But really, the timing on this just isn't good, David. It looks like tomorrow morning it's going to be a little bit better. Maxwell brings up a good point. We talked about this last night. Warmer weather next week. He's ready for it. Yeah, all indication is that we warm up next week. 40s and 50s. How's that sound, right? Nice now. A couple weeks ago, you would have said that's freezing. But it does look like we're going to have a rainy Thanksgiving still. And as of right now, there's some kind of big low pressure that we could have rain and then flip over to snow. Maybe Thanksgiving night, the timing, kind of changes on that. But for Black Friday, which really doesn't exist anymore, we could have a much chillier air mass with some snow on the backside of it. So kind of interesting there. Okay, guys, I think that's it in terms of questions. Again, I hope this is useful for you. Again, just in summary, Lake Effect snow starting to wind down, right? This is all as expected. We expected that burst this afternoon. Things kind of quieting down. We still have heavy snow in LaPorte County right now. That shouldn't last much longer. I think we'll turn over to just some general Lake Effect snow showers for you after that. We're all not done with the snow. We're going to see periodic snow showers over the next couple of days as these areas of energy come through. But in terms of the heavy Lake Effect snow, I think that potential's really kind of died out. That's going to shift up to Michigan next couple of days. By the way, Berrien County came in 13 inches of snow, and that's from today. They got nailed in Berrien County, and they've got more to come. So if you do have travel plans up in that neck of the woods, things certainly going to change in a hurry in terms of the Lake Effect, okay? All right. You guys have a good night. We'll talk to you soon. I'm not sure when we'll be on next. Tomorrow, I've got something going on. So maybe Friday, we'll get back to our region weather weekend. We'll just give you a snapshot of the weekend. We'll look a little further than that too. But that'll probably be the next time we're going to be live together. Okay. All right, guys, enjoy your night. Dorothy, thank you very much. Appreciate that comment. That's so sweet. Okay, guys, I'll talk to you soon. Be safe out there.